Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am ZD Love. Thank you for coming through. Welcome to all my subscribers, old and new. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, the growth process has been real. Yes, yes. And I thank you all for recognizing me, loving on me, appreciating me, and watching me. All right, so today we are here to talk about Love After Lockup, Season 2, Episode 15. Sean the Yawn and Destiny with the felonies. Okay. Sean. Listen, let me tell you something about Sean. Sean, I could never date Sean. Sean is just so clingy, needy, and boring. Sean, you have to find you just gotta focus on you, Sean. You got 6 kids. You don't have time to be dating. You need to be playing with them, driving them somewhere, some team sport, some school event, something. I know it's COVID, but there's something that you could be doing. Yes, yes, yes. So Sean and Destiny fly out to California because Destiny has a court date because she cut her ankle monitor off, because Destiny does what she wants to do. However, in this situation, Destiny has decided that she's going to change her life around and do the right thing. So the judge lets her go. All right. So what I found interesting when they landed in California, first of all, she went out with her sister. I get it. I understand that. But you didn't even think to take him out for a drink or anything. It was his money you were spending. Did you guys see how she was tossing it up at the casino? Her and her sister were having a grand old time on his behalf. So she didn't go back to the hotel the night before court. She went and stayed with her sister. He was sweating bullets outside the courthouse. He didn't know if she was going to come back. He has over $100,000 tied up in a felonist. Not a felon. Well, this girl's a felony. What are you talking? A felony? Yeah, she has all these felonies. What they said, she has 598 counts of check fraud. Really? So, he thinks if she shows up, he says, well, if she shows up, I'm going to propose to her because that means that she loves me. Dude, what? If she shows up, that's because that's about her. Everything she does is about her. It has nothing to do with you. Right. I mean, when he said it, I'm like, are you kidding me? Oh, you do think this is about... Oh, it is amazing how these men really think these women love them. They're desperate. I would love you too, if that was the case. And it's definitely easier to love someone you don't like from a distance. Because you don't have to touch them. You don't have to kiss them. You don't have to do any of the above. All you got to do is say nice words all the time and tell them that you love them. Okay. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for Destiny and Sean the Yawn. All right. Now, I would like to take a trip over to John and Christiana's house. So, remember John and Christiana were sneaking around when she first arrived at the halfway house, and they got caught out eating breakfast. So they were not allowed to see each other. I don't know how Christiana broke free from the halfway house or whatever happened, but she's gone missing. And she's no longer in the halfway house. But what's crazy about this is, so John is at the house moving in Christiana's mother and her sister, right? So as they're getting comfortable and settled in, the phone rings and it's the people from the halfway house to notify them that, hey, guess what? Christiana is no longer a resident here. She went on, she's gone. Now, at that moment, some of you were like, probably thought to yourself, oh my God, what about Christiana? I thought to myself, damn, is mama and the sister about to be homeless? Real shit. Because, but John is deeply and madly in love, so he'll let them stay for a while. But if this whole thing doesn't work out with Christiana, where does that leave them? This is why you got to have your own stuff. You can't be dependent on people. Have your own things, your own places to live, your own money, I was like, dang, they just moved in and immediately they got that phone call. So John wanted to go out and look for Christiana, and it was hilarious. The mother was like, don't do it. Don't do it. Do not do it. They're going to break you off something lovely. Okay. The sister said the same thing. And then the mother was like, well, what if you go in and take, I think her name, I don't want to say her name because y'all know I'm terrible with names. Take the sister in with you and she doesn't come back out. Right. What if that happens, huh, John? What if you don't come back out, John? So you guys, let me tell you a little quick story. I like to share little parts of my life with people. So I was dating this guy, right? And he went into recovery, but he had a sponsor, right? So the sponsor was a white guy, and he had a son that was around 19. So one day, you know how 6 degrees of separation, everybody knows somebody who knows somebody. The sponsor's son and this dude's cousin go to the city to get some weed, right? So the dude goes, they go to this spot all the time. However, this time when the guy went back there, he didn't come back. And when the girl went back there to look, he was dead. Right. So don't be going into unfamiliar places, doing illegal things. You never know what's going to happen. You run into risk. So no, John, don't take your ass knocking on people's doors looking for Christiana. And then, y'all, when Christiana came on with that deep, raspy voice, I was like, damn, poor Christiana. Because that voice was scary. Can you imagine waking up to that shit in the middle of the night? You're like, is Darth Vader standing over my ass? What is going on? Hey, John. No, it was like, hey, John. Yeah. Poor Christiana. Christiana, I really, it's just unfortunate because she needs to go to a different location. Right. Remember Intervention? That was a great show. That's what she needs. She needs to go far away, like to Florida or Calabasas, somewhere, and get herself together and start anew. Because if you're familiar with the area and these are the people you run with and these are the people that you did drugs with, it's very likely that you will reuse. She's going to relapse every time. It's her stomping ground. And they did make a valid point, Christiana did, when she first got out of jail, that these halfway houses are always located in the worst areas. And when she said that, I thought to myself, true that. Why is that? Why, why would you put a halfway house? Well, we know why, because the people don't want them in their neighborhoods. But that's the last place people need to be. All right. So now we got Scott and lying ass Lindsay. Lindsay is the ultimate liar. So Scott went through Lindsay's stuff after he got the booty, right? And he found where Lindsay was writing down about how she was conning him, scamming him, basically using him for his money. And she got all grandioso and started popping off. I'm like, really, bitch? You just got out of jail. Yeah, really? You got all this bravado. She was like, I'm leaving. Go ahead. Go ahead. And you know what? I appreciated when Scott was helping her get her stuff together. Like, bitch, get out. I'm done. It's all good. Good for you, Scott, because Scott was onto it. But when she was like, I was writing a quote out of a novel. So Scott said, if you're not lying, then show me the novel. Bingo. There was no novel ever produced. Okay. Lindsay is a liar. Lindsay, I mean, I said from the first video that she has high standards. For someone with nothing to offer, this girl thinks she deserves the entire world, and that is her fucking problem. She is so entitled. Like, remember, she just got out of prison, but she had the nerve to get out and walk around that lovely home talking about how it was trash. It wasn't what she wanted. Probably never lived anywhere like that in her life, but you're talking to Scott like that. You know why? Because I told y'all she's crazy. Once again, bad hair, bad makeup, sign of mental illness. Oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes. And, I'm glad that's over, really. I'm pretty sure that's over. But Scott is delusional, too, because he said, my trust for Lindsay was damaged by me finding that writing. And I told y'all, stop writing stuff down, people. Don't write it. What are you writing it down for? That might be another sign of crazy, too. I don't know, but every detail, why are you writing that down? You're plotting and you're scheming. What are you thinking? Of course someone could find it and read it. Same with your diary. Don't do that. But he's like, he wasted 2 years. She threw away 2 years of trust. Like, dude, you were building trust with an inmate. What are you talking about? What do you think she's in prison for, huh? Was she trusted? No, that's why she's locked up. Hello, she was stealing and getting high and doing all kind of other crazy shit. But you thought you were really building a trusting, loving, everlasting relationship with an inmate. These men are really, really delusional. Mm-hmm. So, on to Dylan and Heather. Let me tell y'all something. Heather! I just like to yell her name. Heather! Oh, y'all. Heather went back to the apartment with Dylan. The parole officer was there. Everything went fine. They go back in the house. Auntie's there, still chilling in the kitchen, cooking for the king. And all of a sudden, Heather got to go into the room because she got to get her freak on. And then Auntie and them out there, and they hear this going on. My thing is, first of all, dick in the daytime is a no when your aunt is in the kitchen. Just unacceptable. Unacceptable. So, yeah, unacceptable. I couldn't have did it. I'm sorry. Like, Auntie does go to bed probably at 4:30 p.m. Like, wait till she goes to sleep. They really should have rented a room. Heather, that was a no for me. Again, I warned you last week, and I told you that was unacceptable and disrespectful to do at your aunt's house like that. That was a real disrespectful act in the middle of the damn afternoon. But the funniest part of their segment for me was when they said Dylan could risk going back to jail, and she was like, that ugly cry. That shit took me out. What? You're not going back to jail. He is. Now, did I hear this correctly? Are we right? They're married? They're married? Or they got engaged? I'm not clear on that. I got to look further into that. They're married or they're engaged? Which one? Because she was like, yeah, but she wasn't calling him her husband. So I'm confused. If y'all know the answer to that, please drop down there and let me know. All right. Let me tell you something. Tyrese and Shonda, they gave the update. So how about Shonda had not spoken to Tyrese in 3 months. She even went as far as to change her damn number. She could have been a woman and said, listen, I'm not interested in you. I bet you any amount of money. Because how is it? Well, I guess she gave WeTV her number, but I'm like, how could they track her down, but he couldn't? So she told him finally that she didn't want him. She was going to focus on herself, Tyrese, I'm glad he was angry with her pretty much. He told her never mind. He didn't want any relationship with her. But girl, when you get on your feet, you need to send Tyrese $500. Send Tyrese $500. You need to pay restitution for what you did, because you knew damn well you wasn't interested in him. And yes, I know he's slow-mo with it. Now, here was the other funny. So, and I'm not being petty. I'm just saying. Do you all know any people who making like $100,000 a year who go to the laundromat? Tyrese said he can get any woman he want at the grocery store and the laundromat. That stuck out to me. The laundromat? What would you be doing at the laundromat? You mean to tell me that? But again, his apartment looks subsidized. It did, right? Did y'all notice that last week? The door, that brown wood, It was, yeah. So, but a person making $100,000 a year would definitely not be going to the laundromat. No. You have laundry in your home, I'm sure. Something else called me. Oh, Tyrese. Tyrese said that the next time he meet up with a woman, he's going to have on a powder blue suit with his blue gaiters. What's with the rainbow color suits? It is 2020. Y'all need to tone this shit down. Mute them colors and go with a more sleek look. Tyrese, you look like you have a physique. Why would you be having on a big ass baggy suit like that? Why wouldn't you have on something fitted? You need to go for the metrosexual look. You know what I'm saying? Like the jean jacket, nice button-down shirt, just some simple, nice jeans. And the good thing, if you buy a nice pair of jeans, Tyrese, you can wear them with multiple things. Okay, you can interchange them. But those zoot suits have got to go. All right? Powder blue. Really? You going to go from Barney to Blue's Clues. The Blueberry Man to Blue's Clues. Powder blue. What? And proudly stating this after, and the funny thing about Shonda, right? She said when she saw him in that suit, that's what turned her off. I told y'all he didn't get her wet. That's why she didn't give him none. If she liked him and was attracted to him, it wouldn't have been no problem. But she was like, oh, hell no. And plus she had some girlfriends in prison too. See, that's the thing with you men. Y'all think y'all dating lesbian women. I don't know why in your mind you think they really that into you. If she's a lesbian. If she's a lesbian, she doesn't like you. Okay? Duh. I love it. Men are just so, I guess they can change her. They can, This D is so good. Yeah, this D is so good. She'll never go back to another woman. No, dudes. If she likes women, she likes women. On to Maurice and Jessica. Now, I know y'all like Maurice and Jessica. That's one of your couple favorites, your favorite couples, right? Maurice is nice and all. You know what's funny? Maurice actually looks like my brother. My brother's just darker, but they have the same face. Yeah. So, I do like Maurice a little bit, but I'm going to keep it real with y'all about Maurice and my true opinions and my true feelings. First of all, Maurice can't hold water. Okay. Maurice talked too damn much. Maurice is like a snitch. I don't know if Maurice told because he said that wasn't the reaction that he wanted. Like, are you having a baby to trap the family, Maurice? Right. Are you trying to get in goods? And I felt like Maurice was like, white is right. The way he said when the father, I'm jumping ahead. Let me go back. So he tells the father that Jessica is pregnant, right? And the father doesn't really respond how he wants to, but he also lets the father know that he wants to have another wedding with Jessica, but he doesn't have the money right now. So the father gives him $1,000. Maurice is like, oh my God, my auntie, my mother, nobody's ever given me $1,000. And the dude checked him real quick. He was like, oh, no, you're going to pay me back. And this is for a ring. I'm not giving you this $1,000 because what Maurice didn't understand was the father who, bless your heart, you are a great dad. The father was giving you that money for his daughter. He was not giving you that money for you. He was making his daughter happy. This has nothing to do with you. Y'all see how that works? The same way Sean the Yawn thought that what Destiny did was about him. Right. Maurice is under the illusion that what this man did was because he really want to help him get on. No. He wants to see his daughter happy and well taken care of. He knows that his daughter chose you, and right now he will accept you because, like he said, you have my blessings for now. Okay, you get it fucked up. I'm done with you. So, I just feel like when he made that statement, I'm like, damn, have you ever worked? And nobody has to give you anything, period. Nobody owes you shit in life. And I tell my children that, and I've always told them that nobody owes you anything. If you want it, you better get out there and work for it. That's the only way you're going to have it. What? My mother and father, they never gave me anything. And I mean, his tone was giving me a slave vibe. Let me know down here. Did you all feel the same way? And when he mentioned, the father was like, well, you have to be able to take, what he said? No, Maurice said, I have to be able to take care of my family, right? So the father said, yeah, you're my daughter and your future children or whatever you're going to have. But here was my issue. What about Maurice's daughter? Like when you said my family, you could have just said my daughter, because aren't you supposed to be taking care of her too? But I guess not when the dad is taking care of you. Right. So you are not in a position to take care of your daughter because the dad is taking care of you like you're his son. Basically, you're looking for a father. Hello? Like Chevelle and, what was her name? Chevelle and Quaylen. Like I said, is Chevelle looking for a father for her daughter? And in this situation, is Maurice looking for a father for himself, a family for himself? Because he has PTSD. When you grow up in those type of environments and go through those type of things and you go to prison and all that, yes, you are affected. But he's looking for a safe haven. And I just really hope that he mans up and he does what he needs to do to take care of his entire family. Your daughter was here first. Don't you ever get it twisted, Maurice. I'll be watching you. Right, because I didn't get that. I was like, what? You could have been, you didn't include your daughter in that discussion at all. So you was like, oh, we're pregnant. Right, but your daughter is a part of your family, is she not? Right. You have to check yourself early on, bruh. You see this video I told you before. You need to spend a lot of time with that little girl. But like I said, the way she was excluded out of that conversation. Now, I don't know if they edited it that way, but that's what it looks like to me. It looks like your family is your wife and your children over there. And a lot of men make that mistake. It's a common mistake. Men and women make it, But your daughter, was she a part of the equation? Did they cut that out? Why wasn't she mentioned when you mentioned, I have to take care of my wife and family or my family? Because like I said, you already have a child here, so you didn't need to mention the baby. But you did that to get some points. You might have wanted a new car or some shit. I don't know. Are they a meal ticket to you? Because they're enhancing on your lifestyle. You've never experienced this. I never had this. I never had that. Listen, you must get your own. All right. So even if you're with them and you riding this shit out for the moment, you need to be in the process preparing yourself and setting yourself up. Like the father was teaching you how to weld. That's a marvelous skill to have. Yes. Some tools. He's giving you tools. But you're looking for a father. I got that. Totally. All right, y'all. Drop. Have a good day. Enjoy. Deuces.